Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Divine Truth Tarot. This is going to be a mini reading of sorts, although I feel like I say that all the time and it turns out being a full reading. But we're just going to focus on a few cards here that I pulled last night. I didn't really have the energy to do the reading last night, so I put it on the community tab and you guys can read out that short reading there. But we're going to discuss the cards now. And this is just going to be a short reading about really where the masculines are at this time, because a lot of us are in very sparse communication or no communication. If you'd like a personal reading, you can reach out to me at the email in the description box below. I also offer distant Reiki healing services. I'm a level 2 Reiki healer. And I also offer true purpose coaching sessions, which is not just twin flame directed, but really directed to get you on your mission, directed to get you back onto your soul's path and your soul's purpose. So let's get started. Thank you guys so much for your support, for your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscribes, and your Amazon wishlist gifts. This is actually a gift from one of our beautiful soul sisters. This is the Light Seers Tarot. So very, very blessed to have this. And I'm really in love with this deck. I cannot wait to use it more. I've been using it in personal readings. It's delivering amazing, amazing readings. So we want to just focus in right now on this amazing King of Cups that came out for this reading. Now, what I love about the King of Cups is that in this particular deck, this speaks of not only a very emotionally resilient and emotionally adaptive and emotionally intelligent man or masculine energy, but also somebody who's very in tune with himself, somebody who is, really, you don't see turbulent waters, you see smooth, calm sailing waters. He's really just, it's not that he's sailing through life because he's also very present, but it's that he's really starting to enjoy the pleasures of life. And he's really starting to lead in a much more emotionally available, emotionally open, and spiritually present way. This is one of my favorite kings. Now, the King of Pentacles, of course, provides more stability. So a lot of people may argue that we want the King of Pentacles energy, but to have the King of Cups show up at this time when there's so much turbulence in the world and we've gone through a really rough 6 months, just a really rough patch for twin flames, I think this is really brilliant. And I'm really loving this card. I just feel such a peaceful presence here. So this does tell me that our masculines are starting to go within. And this does tell me that the masculines are starting to wake up to the deeper awareness of this connection. They're just unveiling deeper and deeper levels of themselves, of their self-worth, and of what they truly want in this lifetime. There's no more mediocre settling going on for these masculines. There's no more of, I'm just going to do this because it's what's expected of me. This is a very introspective masculine energy. This could also be reflective rather of your inner masculine energy, because we carry both masculine and feminine inside of us. It doesn't have to be the divine masculine in your life. But I just get just a beautiful presence here. And, this could also really explain why they're not speaking up as much right now, because they're really in this place of just kind of calmness. They're really in this place of just going within. It's almost like a hermit energy, which was interesting because I actually pulled the hermit energy as well. But this to me is, sometimes a hermit card can come up and indicate somebody who's totally closed off and just totally gone within. And in this particular deck, this is more of someone who's lighting themselves up and finding their inner light from within. So this is really exactly where the masculines should be at this time, waking up to this path, waking up to who they are, waking up to what this journey means and what this connection means to them. Because up until this point, I feel like the masculines have really been relying on the feminine's light. And now the masculines are starting to find their own inner light, which will allow them to achieve their own inner balance. So to me, this is just such a beautiful balancing energy for our masculines, indicating that even if there's turbulence or chaos going on in their home environment, that they're really starting to step away from that. They're finding little areas, in the home, even like a closet I'm seeing, but they're finding little areas where they can just claim, they're saying, this is mine, this is my area, this is for me to heal. I do feel like they're starting to meditate. I do feel like some of them are meddling in spirituality, whether that's, you know, starting a yoga practice, or they're starting to get into sound healing, or they're attending things like this. They're attending yoga classes or sound healing events, or they're maybe singing, you know, maybe talking to a spiritual advisor, or they're talking to some of their more spiritually open friends. But I do feel like this is the masculines really even getting away more from organized religion for some of them, who have felt really, they felt really caged in. And this is by no means, I'm not saying one way or the other, you know, what I believe, or this is not about good and bad. I'm just saying this is what I'm hearing. This is what Spirit is telling me for these masculines, that they're really stepping away from that feeling of being caged in by religion or culture, and really starting to branch out into a wider perspective, like a wider perspective. I'm hearing zooming out. You know, if it were a camera, they would be zooming out and starting to see things differently. And I feel like this masculine is, it's the energy of, you know, going to a mountaintop, you know, solo, and just sitting there and just taking everything in, and really asking yourself, who am I? Why am I here? And what do I truly want? But not what does my mind want, not what do people expect of me? What does the world need from me? This is more of, what do I want, and what's going to fill me up and make me happy? So the masculines are really starting to question that. They're starting to question their reality. They're starting to question their presence on this earth. Why am I here? And we have, I'm actually going to go to the Devil card next. So this came up in reverse, which I was really happy to see. You know, if you see it in the upright in this particular deck, this is the Devil card really beckoning one forth, and really asking that you come forward, you know, come with me and step into this world of darkness and addiction and, you know, and chaos. And there's just so many words that come to mind. There's just, the devil energy is really, it's the underbelly of humanity. It's the underbelly of your personality. It's the shadow side. But when we see it in reverse, what I love about this is that we see that the masculines are starting to step away from these addictions, and we see that they're starting to actually go in and heal these addictions. They're definitely asking themselves, well, why do I turn to alcohol? You know, or why do I work so much? Or why do I pick up that, you know, that habit? Like, where did that come from? You know, why am I doing these things? And is it really fulfilling me? You know, is this really fulfilling me to have this addiction, or is it hurting me? And this is an act of self-love. You know, when you start to heal from any sort of addiction, this is definitely an act of self-love, whereas this is more of an act of self-defiance. So we see the masculine stepping into an energy of self-love. Also, the Ace of Swords also flew out yesterday in this reading. So this aces always indicate new beginnings. And what we see here is the mental energy, right? We see here a lot, you know, spirals of manifestation is what I'm seeing. So there's a staircase here, spirals of manifestation. The masculines are definitely thinking, but at the same time, the King of Wands came out. So we have a masculine who's not only thinking, but acting. So there's thinking and acting both. And when you put those two together, it's extremely powerful. You know, King of Wands is a very passionate individual. He's a leader, another leader. So we've got the King of Wands and the King of Cups. So King of Wands is a passionate leader. He's a visionary. He very much is, you know, or can be that alpha male. Can also indicate a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. But what I see with the Ace of Swords really is just this thought that's going to lead to action. So this is not just thinking. This is no longer the pondering, going back and forth, the indecisiveness that we saw from the masculines for so long. There's now action being taken. So from thought to action, you know, from thought to action. So things are really starting to manifest. Things are really starting to come together for these masculines. And the masculine wants to really, he wants to take charge of his life. You know, he wants to put on that crown. You know, if you can see that, it looks like a flame, but it's really a crown. At least that's what I'm seeing. He wants to put on that crown, and he's really embodying the strength here. You know, he's really embodying strength. And he is now realizing that I get to run this pride. I get to run, this pride, meaning the lion pride, the pack. I get to be the one who is in charge, and I get to say what's best for me. So he's really starting to speak up if he's in any sort of karmic situation, and it's really causing, annoyance on the part of the karmic partner. It's really causing disturbances, but the masculine is not going back. There's no going back once you've stepped into this King of Wands energy. But towards the feminine, he's very much in this King of Cups, emotionally loving, very surrendering energy. So then we have the Knight of Wands. So this is really, celebration. This is really about, letting your inner freak flag fly. That's a mouthful. This is really about, the wild stallion card. This is about him just really starting to come out to the world and come out to himself, come out to the world and say, this is who I truly am. This is who I am. I never wanted to be caged in. I'm a wild stallion, and I'm here to run with my wild stallion, divine feminine. I didn't come here to be caged in. I didn't come here to be told what to do. I didn't come here to be controlled, which is what a lot of these masculines have endured in these karmic relationships, whether or not they're admitting it or not. A lot of them are very hush-hush about what's really going on in these karmic situations, and I feel some of that is just out of protection, especially if there's children involved. But I also feel like it's denial. There's a sense of denial about, what they've really endured, because there's a sense of shame of, why did I allow myself to stay in this abusive situation for so long? I'm not saying every karmic partner is bad, but typically there's the karmic partner has been very controlling with this particular group of masculines that I'm picking up, has been controlling and emotionally abusive, and has really not allowed the masculine to leave, even though he's tried to leave several times, which many of them have. So I really see the masculine starting to stand up. This is him standing up for himself. This is him saying, I'm going to beat my own drum here, and I don't really care what you think. He no longer cares what the partner thinks. He's just going to start living for him, and he's going to start taking charge of his life. So we're just going to end. I'm just going to, like I said, a little mini reading here for you guys, but we're going to end with just a quick card message from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. So we have the Page of Swords. So yeah, there's a lot of aha moments. This is the masculine saying, page indicates communication. So this is the masculine saying, I'm definitely deep in thought about coming forward and communicating. But this to me doesn't indicate, this is not Page of Wands. So this is not saying that communication is incoming fast. This is just, I'm thinking about it, I'm considering it, and it's definitely on my mind. So any other messages from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine? I feel like he's studying, with this card, Page of Swords, I feel like he's studying the connection. He's studying twin flames, and he's really starting to understand what this is all about. Yep, perfect. He's in this energy of rest and recovery, Four of Swords. He's definitely resting and recovering. So we saw that, in the Hermit card and the King of Cups and Devil in reverse. He's recovering from everything he's been through, he or she, of course. He's recovering from everything that they've endured. And with the Five of Swords here, we just see there's definitely been some bloodshed. Four of Swords moving to Five of Swords. So there's definitely been some bloodshed. There's definitely been some arguing, and there's definitely been some they've been in a situation which has been unfair to them. They've been in a situation which has really knocked them down, and they're definitely feeling the loss and feeling the confusion. This is in regards to coming out of this karmic situation. So the masculine's just explaining to you, this is kind of where I'm at in regards to the karmic situation. So my feelings in regards to you are very different. And, what I'm seeing here is, this isn't different groups that I'm picking up. What I'm seeing here is, this is different layers that we're picking up of our divine masculines. We've got the King of Cups in the Hermit layer, the Devil in reverse. Then we've got, the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands energy and the Ace of Swords. So then we've got, the masculine that's more on like a mental level of where they're at. And then they're telling you, but this is what I've endured, this is in my heart. This is what I'm going through. This is my emotional layer. That was the mental layer. This is the emotional layer with their current situation. But there is, sorry, that was upside down. There is an Eight of Wands energy here. So the masculine saying, but I do want to come forward with a quickness. I do really want to make things right. But first, I have to recover from what I've been through, from the battle that I've endured. They're battle weary. So first I have, please, feminine, have patience, because I am going to come forward. So let's get one last card. Spirit says one last card. Yeah, they're definitely wanting to make decisions. So we've got the Two of Wands and the Eight of Wands energy. Wands, again, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. But definitely the masculine saying, I want to travel the world with you. I want to see you. This is, to me, is the travel card in this deck. So definitely wanting to see you, definitely making that decision. No longer going, I don't know, but what. Really just deciding to move forward with their life in a very powerful way. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope this was illuminating and clarifying, gives you peace of mind and peace of heart. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And again, if you guys would like any of my personal services, personal offerings, reach out to me at the email below. See you guys soon. Bye.